What's up, y'all? It's me, Erica. I tried to make that review long because we could talk about some stuff. Because if I would have just talked to stayed on the damn topics, we would have been done with the video real quick. So it's gonna be about 40 minutes. Hopefully that's a good long video for y'all for Real Housewives of Atlanta. So what else is going on, y'all? We are down here, girl. Ooh. After party. I am a married woman. I'm chewing on about 30 carats. There were stories coming out about Christian being a scammer. When she got married to this fool, she's dumb as oh my God. Now that my daughter Chantel is here, hopefully we'll get to spend a lot more time together. We have to have boundaries. And if we don't, I'm out of here. I don't get a key. What? Being Muslim was never on my bingo card, but I come in peace till I don't. I want to hear her next snap. I am in Glee. I'm Ty Young. I never was trying to be with nobody else. Your phone record says differently. Who is Shonda? Get my phone. It's go time. Now is the time to address elephants in the room. We're not going to make this about Christian. I get it. That's your man or whatever. But sometimes a mother bring you down. I'm not suspicious. Tell your man to stop feeling money. Stop being a storyline. I don't know where we go from here. Honestly, Evelyn is the worst out of all of them. I want to slap the shit out of her sometimes. Ooh, girl. Where's this sisterhood that y'all speak of? You can go to hell too, baby. They went from 0 to 200 black. I'm excited. But you know what? I'm going to need a drink. Be for real once in your life. You're lucky I'm even sitting here entertaining you. Do you hear yourself? Stop it. Look how you look as a mother. Are y'all going to watch Basketball Wives? Right, that's what I said. BrittanyRenner, my husband, and she spelled it HUZBAND. Just spell like how I spell it, HUZBEEN, because that's what y'all love to say. What is the psychology behind here? Let me go ahead and ask it while I'm talking about it. Let me go ask. What is the psychology behind a woman who removes her new husband's identity by referring to him as my husband every time she speaks about him? Let's see what it says. This is Deep Seek. Let's see what it says. Baby, it's going. It's typing. I love it. We about to read through this. Because I'm so sick and tired of y'all with that. My husband, my husband.
But keep my husband out of it.
My husband, keep my husband out of it. What did you say to my husband? What did you say to my husband? What did you say to my husband? That's what y'all are over here doing. That's how y'all look. That's how it looks to me. I'm like, what's the nigga's name? Does he have a name anymore? It's my husband. Girl, shut up. I think y'all just like to say that. And so we're going to ask the computer what it says, what it means. Okay, let's read what it means. The behavior you're describing, a woman consistently referring to her husband as my husband in a way that seems to erase or overshadow his individual identity, can have several psychological underpinnings. Here are some possible explanations: possessiveness and control. Being territorial, using my husband repeatedly can signal possessiveness, as if she is making her territory or asserting ownership over him. This might stem from insecurity, fear of losing him, or a desire to control the relationship narrative. It's like you're peeing on him every time. You're pissing on him every single time. Over identification with the role. She may derive a strong sense of identity from being a wife, and emphasizing my husband reinforces her own role in the relationship. Insecurity or anxiety, fear of competition. If she feels threatened by others, ex-partners, friends, or colleagues, she might use my husband to subtly warn others off or assert her primacy in his life. Validation seeking. She might need constant reinforcement of the relationship legitimacy, especially if it's new, to reassure herself and others of her status. Cultural and social conditioning. Traditional gender roles in some cultures or families emphasizing marital roles is normalized as a sign of respect or pride in the relationship. It may not be an intentional erasure, but an habitual way of speaking. Social signaling. This is what I think it is. She might be trying to project an image of marital happiness or stability to others, even if it comes at the expense of his individuality. Lack of individual identity, overemphasis on the relationship. If she has a fused sense of self where her identity is overly tied to the relationship, so many women's identities are tied to being in a relationship, and that's really tragic and sad. And I want to jump off the second floor balcony. She may struggle to see or refer to him as a separate person with his own identity. Enmeshment. In unhealthy dynamics, couples can become emotionally enmeshed where boundaries blur and one partner's identity is absorbed into the other's narrative. Narcissistic or self-centered traits, objectification. If she consistently ignores his individuality, it could reflect a tendency to view him as an extension of herself or a status object rather than a full person. That's why I tell you, y'all need to just run around with cardboard cutouts of a silhouette that just says husband on it. Literally. Attention seeking. She might use the phrase to keep the focus on her own life and achievements. Look at me, I have a husband. Habit or lack of awareness. Sometimes it's simply a linguistic habit without deeper meaning. She may not realize how it comes across or that it diminishes individuality. So, possessiveness and control, insecurity or anxiety, cultural or social conditioning, lack of individual identity, narcissistic or self centered traits, habit or lack of awareness. I really feel like I just asked a woman, because a woman I worked with, she used to always refer to her husband as my husband. And I was like, what is his name? Because I feel like you should say their name. And I feel like saying that is literally a signal. It's a signal like, oh, I'm a wife. Like there's so much value put there. Oh my God, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. So much value put there, but that's how the girls are socialized, to put the value there. And when they get a husband, as soon as they get a husband, they're like,
But keep my husband out of it.
my husband, my husband, my husband. It's like, girl, I know y'all know what I'm talking about. I know y'all know the behavior that I'm talking about. This says women must serve men. You want to see my shirt? Women must serve men. Do you see? The man's head is being served on a platter. Girl, what is going on? Girl, I am so tired. Let me read some of these comments. BrittanyRenner said, at last night at the Basketball Wives season 12 premiere party with my husband, and she's going like this, showing her ring. He proposed, I guess, at the premiere, and everybody is so happy, but also confused because they're like, oh, isn't he married to Drika? Now he might be married on paper to Drika, but as a person practicing Islam, he might be taking advantage of the um, permission or the ability to have multiple wives, as long as you are able to take care of them. That's the part that they forget. Like, it's as long as you're able to take care of them, but it's best to only have one, because the truth is you cannot take care of all those women. Hey Siri, in Islam, up to how many wives can a husband have? I think it's three. Here's an answer from Wikipedia. Four. Okay, four wives. But the scripture or the word says, as long as you're able to take care of them and give them the same attention that you give, each person gets the same attention. No one is going to feel neglected. Here's where I have no problem with it. And I think that as long as a man is able to take care, then that's what women should be doing, is going to the man with the resources. The reason why we are in the state of the world that we're in now, because people who are not deserving, who cannot take care of, who should not be given an extension of their lineage are running around. It's out of control. It's out of control. There are a lot of men running around here with children who have their last name who should not have any children with their last name running around. There's people getting married who should not be getting married, to people getting married for love. And when we look at the divorce rates, we know what the divorce rates say. That is like the number one reason, because a person is unable to sustain the relationship financially. They cannot do it. They can't. So if you go to the man with the resources, and here's where it this is here's where the brain, like your brain starts going in different directions. Y'all stay with the man when they cheat anyway. So you might as well say that you're in an open relationship. But you have to say you're in a monogamous relationship, because you have to signal that somebody chose to commit themselves to you. But even if he cheats, you're not going to leave. So why don't you save yourself the headache of looking like a fucking fool who stays with a man after he cheats on you? Then just tell your community that we are in an open relationship, ethically non-monogamous, right? A lot of men can't do ethically non-monogamous relationship because men are used to approaching relationships with a transaction, deception, and as a transaction. That's how they approach relationships. That's how they are socialized. It's not their fault, but that's how they're socialized, how to approach relationships. What can I get out of this? What can she do for me? Right? And I'm going to tell her what I need to tell her in order to get her to do what I am trying to get her to do for me. And then there are video running around of some slovenly looking man with a dingy shirt that probably has yellow armpit stains underneath, looking like there's a whole community under his titties. I'll say it. With a Dumb and Dumber shirt on, a perfect shirt.
That we can't. Now, when the reality doesn't coincide with what y'all want, right? Y'all kind of force it. Everything about society and the way we date and the way we are right now is almost forced by what we're supposed to say and how we're supposed to act for women. It's almost forced by what we're supposed to say and how we're supposed to act for women. If men were our real selves, they really wouldn't be too much marriage.
Okay.
If you dating a guy, because 99% of the time, 99% of the time, which we alluded to earlier, 99% of the time, let's say I think that Lauren is a 6, right? But I want to hit it. Hypothetical, I want to hit it. I want to ask everybody, what do you think would work for me more? Lauren, you all right, but for real, dog, you're not all that. I deserve better. I still want to smash. Once I'm done, I don't want to talk to you no more, and please don't call me, right? A lot of the times that's reality, right? Or if it's good, I might run it back, right? It's hypothetical. Mm-hmm. Now, how far do you think that narrative gets me with Lauren? Don't you all speak at once? It's not going to get me very far, is it? My brother, have we all felt like that before?
Plenty of times.
Where it's like, I don't like you, I want to hit it, I don't want a relationship. That's the reality. Women go, but tell me that. Where would that get us?
Nowhere.
Exactly where it's supposed to get you. Because a girl who doesn't want that arrangement is allowed and has the freedom to say no thank you. So you can go find the girl who does want the arrangement.
100%.
So that is what I made a video about this.
But I don't want the girl to want the arrangement, I want you.
So that's what I'm saying. You don't really want me.
Yes, I do.
You want an encounter with me.
I do.
You want, and you don't
No,
want
I
me.
want an encounter with you. Yes, I don't want you. I want the encounter. However you word it. Yeah,
You can't have everything you want.
I can get the encounter if I lie.
That's my point.
Okay.
So it's not that she doesn't want the
But
truth.
if I tell you the reality, am I getting the encounter?
Okay, so what you're describing is not a woman not wanting the truth. It's you not wanting the
No,
truth.
it is her. She doesn't want the truth really.
No, she
Because
doesn't.
does she want me to tell her that I want just the encounter? Is that what she wishes in her brain?
Hello.
That's
No, hold on. It's not about.
She wants me to tell her she wants me to let her know what my intentions are so she can make her decision.
Kello.
But the
She
reality,
doesn't want. She doesn't.
Running around here saying that he lies to women in order to get pussy, and men do. Yes, it is, sexual coercion is considered SA. It is against the law to lie to someone in an effort to get pussy. But the truth of the matter is that's how they're socialized. That's how they're socialized. It is. So if you're not going to leave him when he, quote, cheats on you, you're effectively in an open relationship. You're telling your community that you're not and he's cheating on you, but you're not going anywhere. Does he have the resources to take care of you? Okay, then be quiet. Shut up, because you acted like you're not leaving. He's not technically cheating at that point, because you're not going anywhere. You're just in an open marriage, open relationship. He has the resources. Let the other girls get the resources from him as well. So y'all want to hoard the resources and act like you're in monogamous relationships, and you're not in monogamous relationships. Because what's the number one reason for divorce? Infidelity. And a lot of women do not leave. They don't leave. Why? Because what's already embedded into their behavior, the excuse for how they run around and socialize and relate to people is built into their identity. He's just a man. That's what he does. So you don't expect much. And then when they do what, quote, men do, you're more likely to be accepting of this flaw that actually doesn't serve you at all, actually puts your entire life at risk if we really want to talk about it. But if you were in a ethically and say, okay, if this is what you're going to do, then everybody needs to know what everybody is doing. But y'all want to play like you're monogamous, and you're not even monogamous. You're not. You can't be. You, like I said, the girls love saying my husband and be the only ones married in the marriage. The way that you run and then actually she should say, I know that he is married. I know. She should make it clear, because the community is looking at Kevin Gates and Drika being in there's no way that anybody can expect monogamy out of someone who sweats for their money. That's not going to happen. He has the resources. People are trained to go towards a man with the resources. Women are trained not to break up with the man with the resources, even if he is having sex with other women, but then act like they're in you see where it's like it's like convoluted. It's literally convoluted, because at the end of the day, nobody is moving around. Women do move around after they are cheated on, but a lot of them don't. And a lot of them only move around when there is proof that they've cheated, like a baby, right? Some women will be with their partners for years and know that they cheat on them. It's not until the baby comes, oh, here's proof that you've been cheating on me. She's actively in an open marriage, relationship, or what have you. And then you have the women who are like, that's my husband. I'm still going to have unprotected sex with him. So all of y'all are in a relationship. So stop calling it monogamous. Stop. Again, that's what I said the other day. If people are honest about their relationship dynamics, instead of acting like the standard relationship is a man and a woman together, devoted, and honoring the vows. It's not true. That's not happening, because marriages are averaging 8 years on something that you are signing up to do for a lifetime. The studies are showing and the statistics are showing that you motherfuckers can only do it for about 8 years, 13 years around the globe. So people ain't doing lifetimes. So to me, it's like y'all playing around. Y'all just playing a role. It's just playing a role. It's just playing a role. BrittanyRenner should come out and be like, look, I know he's with Drika. I'm practicing Islam. I'm married to him for as long as we're going to do it. That's what it is. That's the relationship. So you don't have people in the comments like you're with somebody's husband. Yes, that's Drika's husband. That's her husband. They're sharing a man with whatever. Drika has her own resources, quite frankly. BrittanyRenner is just is a bitch who's going to run around for her entire life looking for someone to do this kind of play this role for her so she can feel validated, so she can feel like somebody chose her after all this whoring around. Another whore chose me. Like, it's like, girl. And then I think we should just talk about it the way that it looks, with honesty. But I feel like she should come out and be like, yeah, I'm with Kevin Gates and we're together, but all this my husband, without actually explaining and why. People are probably thinking like, why does she have to explain the relationship dynamic? Because it will show other people that we're not playing this game where we appear as though we're in one type of relationship, but behind closed doors, it's a different kind of relationship. I think so many people end up in weird relationship dynamics because they haven't heard other people say, like, this is what we're doing and this works for us. They haven't heard that. They're so busy trying to mimic something that so many people are unable to do. There's so many things that you could talk about with this topic. People cannot do it for a long time. People cannot stay in these relationship dynamics, marriages for a long time because, one, women don't have to stay. They are leaving. The ones who leave, they leave. They're leaving. They're leaving. But the ones who want to run around and play like they're playing this game with these, there are niggas who will play the marriage game with you. As long as you act like this, and my husband, and he's the center of the world, and I look at him like God, they'll play that shit with you. But I feel like you should be honest about the relationship dynamic so that other people, one, can have an understanding, like, and they're not assuming that, oh, you're messing with somebody's husband. That's one. And then two, like, oh, that might work for me. Like, I feel like people should be honest about their relationship dynamics instead of everybody running around trying to act like they are doing this like by the book. Whatever book it is, girl, throw it away. People need to do whatever the fuck they want to do, but don't lose yourself and don't lose your identity for a person to do this. But there are always going to be these girls. She's a little pick me. Girl, how are you married to somebody else's husband? I hope God continues to bless Drika's life abundantly. The way she spelled husband tells me everything I need to know. She spelled it HUZBEEN. Drika was just on IG on a boat letting the wind blow in her hair. So I don't think she's worried about Kevin like y'all think she is. I don't think so either. I honestly don't think so. And I think that she is in a relationship that might make business sense. They say the Virgos will be in a relationship and they will stay as long as it makes business sense. I don't know what the fuck Jennifer Lewis is over there. What's her name? Not Jennifer Lewis. Scratch that. Jennifer Williams. She still got that nigga with the knot on his head. She's still running around with his last name, and then jump from that to marrying a scammer, friend of Dorothy. Girl,
who are these niggas?
that's so sad and pathetic. Girl, I gotta go. That's so sad and pathetic. I don't even know what we talked about. That BrittanyRenner picture came up. I need to get my day started, and I need to get my dog some dog food. I need to have it get some dog food. But yeah, so that's all. Oh, that's a great idea. That's a great point. Um about sinners. This comment says, "See, I didn't like the Asian woman because she was so hard-headed and so disrespectful of what the black people were trying to tell her to be safe. She was the one that was like, come on in and here, and we are vampires are now trying to turn us all because of her. So to me, that represented Asians not respecting the black community. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm smarter than you, so bring it on. I'm going to take them all." So that pissed me off. I didn't feel no kinship with that Asian family at all. I get you. I get it. All right, y'all. So I'm out of here. Take care of each other, protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Y'all let me know what y'all think of the topics. That was funny, my husband. I wasn't planning on doing that. My husband, my husband, my husband. Take care of each other, protect your energy.